Mohammed Ben Sulayem is facing intense criticism, and it looks like the FIA president may shift his approach to become more popular within the motorsport community. The strict punishments for drivers using bad language on the track have sparked calls for change, and it appears Ben Sulayem may be easing up on this stance. But is it too late, and how do the drivers now view his leadership? There's quite a bit of controversy surrounding Ben Sulayem, particularly about these language penalties. He's made such waves that even his own team at the FIA is questioning if the organisation is staying true to its values. Notably, key figures like Robert Reid, who was vice president, and David Richards, the former chairman of Motorsport UK, have left. Reid, for instance, pointed out that the FIA isn't the same under Ben Sulayem, specifically criticising decisions made without consulting the broader team. Let's not forget, the FIA oversees much more than just Formula One. It governs other racing series like the Rally Championship, Formula E, and the World Endurance Championship. The language penalties apply across all these events, but the fines are quadrupled for F1 drivers. Understandably, drivers argue that while racing at speeds of up to 300 km per hour, worrying about language slip-ups is the least of their concerns. Even when new foul language rules were enforced, drivers continued to swear over the radio, defying the regulations to show Ben Sulayem that his vision for the FIA isn't necessarily the right one. Now, with signs that Ben Sulayem might be lightening his approach, we could see a shift in how things unfold. The current hot topic revolves around Appendix B of the International Sporting Code, which outlines penalties for drivers using inappropriate language. Interestingly, this discussion gained momentum following a heated exchange between Ben Sulayem and Max Verstappen at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, a moment charged with tension. Verstappen insists the incident wasn't linked to any warning from Ben Sulayem about criticising the FIA or to the penalty he incurred at the race's first corner. Nevertheless, Verstappen's comments post-race highlight the seriousness of the issue. When speaking about his views on the FIA and why he's cautious about discussing certain issues, Verstappen lamented how swiftly the race progressed, noting he felt rushed from start to end. He expressed frustration over feeling unable to voice his opinions without risking penalties, saying it seems better to remain silent. In his words, the current atmosphere doesn't welcome genuine opinions, and he feels it's safer to keep quiet since any remarks might get him into trouble. Verstappen's sentiments mirror a broader discontent shared by others in the sport, including the Grand Prix Drivers Association. As its president, George Russell recently criticised the lack of transparency between the FIA and Formula One. He pointed out that the way information surfaces from the FIA is disappointingly predictable. It's truly disappointing to witness such turmoil surrounding a figure who has garnered great respect and has been a fixture in the racing world for so many years. We're left wondering what the future holds. The hope is for a return to stability sooner rather than later. Every driver trusts both Stefano Domenicali and the Formula One organisation, confident that they have the team's best interests at heart. Our collective goal is to foster cooperation and ensure a stable and collaborative environment. It's senseless to spar over these issues. In my earlier video, I talked about the internal criticisms aimed at Ben Sulayem, who seemed intent on running the FIA like his private dominion. Tim Mayer, a former race steward, was among the first to question the legitimacy of his swearing penalties. According to Mayer, Ben Sulayem wanted to enforce these penalties unilaterally, removing any who opposed him. Ben Sulayem believes drivers should be penalised for foul language. This belief has influenced recent actions. Although he hasn't directed the stewards personally, he has conveyed his opinions through his team. Stewards are tasked with upholding the FIA's rules, and technically offensive language is prohibited. However, whether it's worthwhile to penalise drivers for minor expletives is another issue altogether. An important meeting looms at the end of the year where Ben Sulayem must convince the council that he deserves to remain FIA's president. Given the recent mishaps and the tensions with drivers who also vote via the Grand Prix Drivers Association, I find it hard to believe that he will secure the backing of the motorsport world's key players. Without a doubt, there are plenty of instances to discuss when it comes to Ben Sulayem's leadership in the world of motorsport. Notably, he raised eyebrows when he stepped into a deal between Liberty Media, who hold the commercial rights to F1, and a Saudi Arabian fund. Ben Sulayem claimed that Liberty Media was overvaluing itself and that the offer was fair concerning Formula One's worth. This move discouraged potential investors and angered many within the F1 community who felt that Ben Sulayem was overstepping his boundaries. Further stirring up controversy, Ben Sulayem imposed a ban on drivers wearing jewellery, sparking debates on personal expression. This rule, which led to safety measures requiring drivers like Lewis Hamilton to remove significant jewellery for the Monaco GP in 2022, did not sit well with many. The Grand Prix Drivers Association voiced their frustration, asking the FIA for more respect and transparency. However, Ben Sulayem responded by saying that the governance of the FIA is not the drivers' concern and suggested they focus solely on racing. Additionally, Ben Sulayem's actions, such as presenting medals to the top drivers in Azerbaijan last year, were seen as unconventional. While the FIA is a non-profit organisation meant to concentrate on maintaining sporting codes and regulations, Ben Sulayem's approach often raised eyebrows. Under his leadership, several decisions have been met with scepticism from the motorsport community. The debate continues. Is he the most debated president in the history of the FIA? And if that's the case, will he be ousted this year? Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. See you in the next video.